right, welcome back to the Lock Around the Clock. It is week 8. We're halfway through the season already, which is incredibly sad at some points, but it's also incredibly good because we are 17-5 against the spread on the year, kicking ass, taking names, taking numbers, killing the book around the world. We're not going to stop this week. It's Halloween weekend. All the parties are going on, and we are going on. We are going to party for the Lock Around the Clock this week, starting with the 1 o'clock lock, and I will be in Buffalo, so check out YouTube, Geno T32, Facebook, Geno Tallarico, and Twitter, Geno T32. I'll have some updates from Buffalo, from the Raider-Buffalo game. You'll see some live look-ins. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a blast with it. Let's start with making some money. The 1 o'clock lock, Atlanta on the road, laying 5 to the New York Jets. Look, Atlanta hasn't beaten anybody yet in the AFC East. This is the game. They can do it. They're going up the coast to the MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. Look, the Jets aren't that good. I know the Atlanta Falcons don't look that good either. And they have blown leads to teams like Miami, who looked abysmal last night. But guess what? This is a game where they match up well. Atlanta should get on track. The offensive coordinator's been changed over, so it takes a couple weeks sometimes. In this case, it took a lot longer than we expected. But I look for the Atlanta Falcons to get back on track. They're not going to be able to stop Julio Jones. Mohamed Sanu is healthy and ready to go. Devonta Freeman should be able to get out of the backfield. And this defense for Atlanta isn't that bad. They just looked bad in the last couple of weeks, letting up big leads. That's not going to happen here against the Jets. Lay the 5 comfortably. That's the 1 o'clock lock. The Atlanta Falcons lay the 5. Look for them to win this game by double digits. On to the 4 o'clock lock. Seattle, there's only 2 games. Seattle, we love Seattle in this game. They're laying 5.5 to the Houston Texans, who come in this game with only a running game available. Their defense has been decimated. I don't see them going into Seattle and lighting it up here. Deshaun Watson, this is where he could come back down to earth in this game. And if it's going to happen, it's definitely going to happen. I mean, there's no way he can continue on the pace that he's at. And this is the place that's set up for that to happen, the roadblock, the wall. Look for Sherman and Chancellor and those guys to be able to attack this offense. They should be able to shut down Miller. If anything, Miller might be the only bright spot in this game for the Houston Texans. Seattle should win this game comfortably. They look like they're getting on track. I expect Baldwin to have a big game against that defensive backfield of the Houston Texans. Tyler Lockett to get unleashed. And who knows, we might have a Jimmy Graham sighting in the end zone. Russell Wilson starting to look a little bit more comfortable, even behind a shaky offensive line. And one of these running backs have to get it going against this front of the defense for the Houston Texans. On the Seattle side, take the Seattle Sonics, the Seattle Seahawks. I'm jazzed up to go to Buffalo, people. I'm fired up. Take the Seattle Seahawks, lay the 5.5 comfortably. Should win by double digits. Now, on to the 8 o'clock game. We're going on the road again, but we're not going with the 8 o'clock Sunday night game, which is Pittsburgh and Detroit. And every time I think of that game, I think of that bad coin flip in 1998 on Thanksgiving. We are going with the Denver Broncos at Kansas City, going for the chop at Arrowhead. This is an AFC West rivalry. We've seen better days with this rivalry, but look, Kansas City's been beat up a little bit. They've lost 2 games in a row. I really don't see them losing a third, but I also don't see Denver being as bad as they've been. They still have the solid defense that should be able to shut down the running game as well as the passing attack. Kelsey might get loose a little bit, but I look for the Denver defense to clamp down. They should be able to also get their running game going with Jamal Charles, who would love to be back in Kansas City and have a huge game against his old team. The Denver Broncos are getting 7 in this game. I love the Broncos to cover this game. It could be a very close one, could be a 1-point, 3-point game, but the Denver Broncos will cover this game. They will cover it. They're getting 7. Take the Broncos. That's the 8 o'clock lock on Monday night. Mischief night, baby. We're going to be doing some mischief, and we're going to be toilet paper in our bookie's house and throwing eggs at his car windows by the end of the week. Until we go 3-0 this week and bump it up to 20-5. Take it to the book, take it to the bank, and as always, you take it ace.